Hello, what is up, everybody? It is your host and Dungeon Master, Fat Jolly Guy, and we are back right after episode 9.5 part 2's side quest. This is episode 10 of Edge of the Map Homebrew campaign. I'm glad for everybody to come and join us today as we venture forth. I am joined today by some amazing people. We have Slomo21. We've got Joe Cool. We have Mr. Clutch, Mrs. Clutch, and last but not least, Terry from work. Welcome everybody to the table.
Woo!
You need to add in an applause there.
Yeah.
we have that, don't we?
Yeah, I think we do have an applause in the Discord soundboard.
I played one of my stream for you. Don't worry.
There you go. There you go. Anyway. There it is. How is everybody doing since last week?
Good. Phenomenal. Sensational. Great. Good. Wonderful. Amazing.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, we're going to do a quick recap over both of the side quests before we get started in episode 10. And we're even going to touch on episode 9 real quick. All right. I will say this. The side quests are not known to the players unless the people a part of them tell the players in game, in character, about what happened. However, for my actual players that are sitting here, you guys are going to get the brief overview of them, or if you've watched them, you guys kind of have a general idea. So in episode 9, the episode was all about a distraction, as you guys attempted to distract Archibald Blackthorn so that the cat burglar, aka Princess Abigail Aether, could break into his office at City Hall and attempt to retrieve some sort of evidence that shows that Blackthorn is abusing his power and trying to usurp the king. You all took to the town square by storm, causing all sorts of chaos and rebel rousing as you worked the crowd up into a fury. They were all mad with Archibald. They were all demanding answers, as the town paper that day had run a anonymous article about Archibald signing for a large purchase order of cannons, specifically slated to be mounted on the king's personal yacht, the massive, now known dreadnought that looms overhead. This has caused so much distrust in the community that they began to get whipped up into a frenzy, and they surrounded Archibald, giving Abigail the time she needed. Vesper peering through the third eye, seeing several times that she's alluding that she needs more time. Eventually it got to the point where Valmora was able to slip away in her rat form and reappear inside a City Hall to aid Abigail in her endeavors. Finding a black box hidden beneath a false tile, you took it. Valmora shape-shifting into a kangaroo, she packed the box and Abigail up and brought her back to the house. However, in the ordeal, Captain Yuri, trying to make his escape through the crowd, was tripped up by a guard and was arrested. Damien, attempting his best at a non-lethal to knock the guard off of Yuri, broke the tip of an arrow off, firing a blunted shaft. However, his aim was true, and the arrow found its way between his helmet and neck piece as it sunk in and killed the guard there in the town square. Damien and Vesper making their escape, Moon and Valmora making theirs. Meeting back at the house, only to find out that the black box found in City Hall was nothing more than a red herring, as Blackthorn was already onto her from the beginning. Abigail departed from the house, saying that she had to get to Kingsbrook. that she was not safe in the city. Yuri and Nellis had been hauled off to jail. Upon coming back to the house, now we're stepping into side quest 1, which would be 9.5 part 1. A messenger, a child messenger at that, appeared at the house, coming in unwelcomed, in fact, walking straight up to the people gathered in the kitchen and speaking only to Damien. A message handed to him with a cryptic message saying to come and visit me in the sewers North Docks. After giving payment, the child messenger ran off without answering any questions. Vesper and Damien, deciding that it was worth an opportunity to go see what was going on, traveled to the sewers and met with none other than the spy master himself, the would-be keeper of knowledge of Aether's Landings, all of the coming and goings, all the nefariousness, and all the good deeds all funnel through him as a channel of knowledge and information. He himself had requested Damien to go with a stranger, an NPC that was met there, to go to a camp full of Duskholm refugees, to capture and bring back alive one in particular by the name of Thrain, an elf missing one ear. They snuck into the camp under the guise of night and did a good job of making their way through until Stranger was caught by a guard, quickly shape-shifting himself into none other than Archibald Blackthorn. I did see that, Damien. I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
As he shape-shifted, disguised self as Archibald Blackthorn, he told the guards that he was there of his own accord and that it was none of their business, and they quickly responded in such, allowing him to pass freely in the camp. Making their way to one tent in particular, they found their target and was able to quickly subdue him, tie him up, and knock him out. However, it wouldn't be so simple on the escape. As Damien, Vesper, and the stranger made their way down the river in a canoe, Vesper had to take the opportunity to see if he could track down Pete. As he investigated the camp, he was able to spot none other than Pete's sister, standing near a campfire. Encouraging Damien and the stranger to complete the quest, Vesper was going to stay behind and ask about Pete and his long-lost sword. Vesper, changing out into some refugee clothes, leaving his sack behind in a bush, he made his way through the camp undetected until he got to Pete's sister. He asked her quickly about her brother. She quickly turned violent, alerting the others to the camp of his imposter, turning the entirety of the camp against Vesper. Unarmed and unarmored, Vesper had no choice but to square up and defend himself, calling down from the heavens his bonded weapons, remembering that he is a fighter and that he cannot be separated from weapons regardless of distance. The blade of celestial lightning summoned forth to his hand. However, his secondary sword, the one that he gave to Pete, did not show up, which could only mean that Pete was no longer on this plane of existence. Finding out that Pete's sister is of a Duskholm soldier branded on her right chest, Vesper went into a rage. "I'll take you all on," he proclaimed, as he began to cleave the refugees that began to bum rush him. These refugees were unarmed, unarmored men and women of Duskholm. But when presented with a threat, They came in mass. Dozens upon dozens upon dozens of Duskholm refugees began to fight Vesper, swinging at him wildly with punches. Damien and the stranger, they beached the boat and began to work their way back to Vesper in an attempt to fight and free their ally, also facing the same onslaught of refugees and just violently attacking them with whatever they had, fisticuffs, small daggers, and the such. And they were all cleaved down in a blood rage. Stranger in particularly loved to see it happen, as he too was also a victim of Duskholm's just violent nature. In the end, the rain washed the blood against the soil, as Vesper and Stranger stand, for the most part, unharmed. However, Damien did not fare as well, coming mere moments away from death, as he was just absolutely bludgeoned by the group. 1 HP with 3 critical misses allowed Damien to escape death, and he was able to heal himself quickly and get back into the fight. After returning to the Spy Master with their prey in tow and delivering the news that the refugee camp was no more, that it had been burned to the ground, and evidence placed that it was none other than the city guards who had done it, Damien and Vesper returning home to find that Yuri and Nellis had not returned yet either, meeting only Moon and Valmora. At the same time that refugee was going on, Nellis and Captain Yuri were locked tightly in a prison cell. Nellis picking the locks of his door, attempting to bludgeon a guard, failed catastrophically. Yuri, attempting to help from inside of his locked cell, was met with a critical failure as his arm was snagged just short of grabbing the guard to help Nellis. Nellis, taking the opportunity, distracted by Captain Yuri's attempt, used his full weight to shove the guard into the jail cell, only for Yuri not to be prepared again and was unable to grab the guard. However, some quick thinking on Yuri's behalf, he was able to charm the guard and to calm him down. This was just a misunderstanding. And Nellis and Yuri were put in the same jail cell together. While this had all happened, Yuri talked a little bit about his background, about how this was not the first time he'd been in a brig, and probably wouldn't be the last time. Yuri talked of an island that he was shipwrecked on, and about a people that showed him absolute care. And he talked about the betrayal as he stood there and watched as the pirates that he once served found the island and slaughtered its people for its riches and gold. Yuri was saved maybe by grace or by just absolute chaotic. But the Navy, the Allied Navy, had found the pirate ship, and a hole was blown into the side of the brig, allowing Yuri to escape once again, as Yuri made his way to 8th Year's Landing. Bypassing some of the guards in the prison and charming some others, they were able to get away with a couple of artifacts from the prison of incredible value. Allowed to leave through the front door through a charm spell and several deceptions, they walked free men once again in 8th Year's Landing, making their way back to the house. Simple as that. That is where we're going to pick up on episode 10. The party, asleep in their bed as dawn breaks over 8th Year's Landing. Princess Abigail's outcome, unsure. Blackthorn, hot on their heels, knowing exactly who this group is, and knowing that they are a threat to him. We have no point of direction, no game plan. And that's where we're going to pick up as dawn breaks on the house.
You know, while I'm thinking of it, I wonder how many of those guards just got fired.
It's true.
I mean, we essentially just like, oh yeah, we're not supposed to be in jail. Oh, sorry about that. Here, walk right out the door. Do you want your stuff back? Cool, here it is.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
that
pretty
one
wild.
guard went into excruciating detail about what Blackthorn can do, so being fired is probably a best case scenario at that point.
But being fired is also the worst case.
As dawn breaks, Moon, you're the first to wake up. What is it that your character would do, being the first awake in the house?
Probably make her prayers to the faceless god there in the corner.
Describe to me what your character would feel during morning prayers to her god.
Complete nothingness. No feeling, no thinking, completely dead meditation.
Is that common for someone of your religion to feel just this absolute void while meditating to their god?
Oh, absolutely. It's understood that might be what you're looking into when you face the god himself. So they would like to be in that state. It's complete calm. There's a comfortable feeling with being in complete nothingness. But essentially, it is feeling nothing, seeing nothing, and being completely safe in that environment. It's as if to prepare yourself for the future of the unknown when you meet the god of death.
Does your god speak to you in this meditation?
No.
Do you feel his presence in this meditation?
Yes.
I want you to go ahead and roll a religion check for me.
Okie dokie.
With a 13, you feel not words, but emotion. As you feel this wave of emotions flood over you, you find it harder and harder to maintain your meditation. You feel a pull. You know that your God is satisfied. And you could feel these emotions specifically when there's been a large amount of bloodshed. And you could feel the people in the presence around you when a lot of people have gone to meet the god of death himself. You feel joy knowing that your God is happy and satisfied in this. And it brings you joy. And for that, you will gain inspiration for today's events.
Oh, nice.
So I'll give yourself an extra D10 inspiration for your morning rituals. And thank you for explaining a little bit about how one would worship the god of death.
Thank you.
Damien,
Hey.
with your pre-roll this morning, I've always done this, and I continue to do this. You rolled a nat 20 on your test roll. I'm going to give you that pocket 20 for today's events only.
Sweet.
So at any time during today's game that you want that pocket 20 to come out, it's yours. It does not carry over to tomorrow's events or the next episode's events. It can only be used today.
Okay.
But you have that pocket crit for whenever you need it. Valmora.
Yes.
Your attunement to nature, you can feel a unsettling in the house. You know that Moon is an acolyte of the god of death, but your attunement to nature can let you know when things are out of balance. And her morning worship kind of alerts those senses as it will. You wake up and you come out into the hallway and you meet Moon as she comes out into the hallway. Describe to me the interactions that you two would have as you've just woken up and you feel unsettled and she feels revitalized.
Good morning, Moon.
Ashley?
Good morning, Moon.
I've been on mute the whole time. Go me. Good morning. Are you doing okay this morning?
To be quite frank, I'm a little unsettled this morning. I can't help but feel like there's something off around.
In my morning prayers, the god of death spoke to me. Not literally. He doesn't do that. He is very satisfied.
That must.
There's been a lot of bloodshed lately. You can feel it too, can't you?
Yeah, I can feel a lot. I don't know why it's bothering me, because normally with me being in nature, I understand the balance. There is a balance of life where when new life is given, death must approach. So I'm not quite sure why I feel so uneasy, but maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe your faceless god, he's trying to pull at me, but I'm not the religious type.
I understand, Valmora. I think you and I can feel the same thing, but we are interpreting it differently. Have you heard the stories of Damien and Vesper? And Yuri and Ellis are back too.
Yeah, I hadn't realized, I hadn't noticed.
I think that if you heard the stories that and the trials that they had faced before they had come home here, it might make you feel more at ease.
It could be. I think maybe I just need to take some time to maybe go do my morning yoga and to bond with nature, to bring myself back in balance. With all the recent events, we've had a lot of stuff going on, and we've been pretty much.
With that, you hear this slamming in the kitchen of things crashing and breaking onto the floor.
What is going on? Hey, Nellis, what is this racket?
Valmora, roll me a perception check. And Moon, roll me a perception check as well.
Oh.
Yuri, Damien, and Vesper, this noise would be loud enough for you all to hear, and you would rouse yourselves out of bed and begin to make your way to the kitchen as well. Valmora, Moon, you find a naked Nellis without any of his clothes on. And the only thing you see is this ginormous crown of beautiful gold and silver and emeralds on his head as he is just aimlessly walking into the kitchen, into the shelf that he has now knocked over, and he's just standing there, unresponsive.
What the hell was that, cousin?
I'm not touching him.
These people don't know anything about common courtesy.
I'm so tired.
You're just gonna walk forward to him.
You're sore.
Oh, by the way,
No,
everybody, if you haven't already, make sure you guys do a long rest on your character sheet. Long rest will also reset any temporary HP you had, but it also resets your spells and all that good jazz. So make sure you all take your long rest. Good deal.
Yeah, Yuri's just gonna walk up and Nellis, are you all right?
What's all the noise for?
I'm gonna kneel down and reach out to him. Nellis, can you hear me?
Nellis remains unresponsive, almost in a catatonic state.
That was good.
You all notice he's just standing there naked as a jaybird with this crown on his head.
Take it off.
What is this thing?
Take the crown off his head.
Okay, alright, so let me see. Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20.
Before that,
Go ahead, Yuri.
Before that, Yuri's gonna be like, wait, and I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
As you cast Detect,
Know about this already?
he would know the specifics of it, other than this is a crown that he found in the jail.
Can I check to see if it's in the book?
Let me go ahead and do the Detect Magic first.
Okay.
As Yuri casts Detect Magic, the crown explodes with a magical aura. A bright, brilliant white that just pulses. Over and over and over again. Normally, when you find magic, it's a faint aura around any creature or object, but this is brilliant and bright. Yuri, how does that make your character feel, seeing just how incredible this Detect Magic spell is radiating off of this artifact?
Oh, at this point, I imagine Yuri's blinded because he was more than likely staring directly at it whenever it went off. Because, or, you know, he wouldn't be expecting something like that. But yeah, I can see that being really spooky, and, like, just the shock of it would probably have knocked him over.
Vesper, with your performance, would you still like to try to remove the crown from Nellis?
Yes.
I want you
My
to
friend who seems to be in a trance.
additionally give me a strength check
Sure.
along with your performance.
Ability, right?
Strength ability check, yes.
I would like to lucky that.
All right, go ahead.
And also remember, you did just see this, or see me detect magic on it and then go blind and fall over.
22.
Much
There you
better.
go.
With a 20 performance and a 22 strength, as you grab a hold of the crown, at first you think nothing of it. Just gonna take a crown off this cat's head. You pull on it, and it doesn't move at first. Just, it is stuck. So you give it a little more strength, and finally you're like, you're like, what is going on? And you really pry on this thing. I mean, it is everything you have as it finally just and off of Nellis's head as you go flying back through Nellis's bedroom door and you land prone on the floor with this crown in your lap as Nellis just collapses on the floor.
Oh, damn it.
Check on Nellis.
Look at all this shit. The cat done went and found a new toy, and now he wants to play with it.
Can I check to see if it the book knows anything?
Go ahead.
What
While
would I
they're
roll?
doing that,
Do an
Yuri's
investigation.
While they're doing that, Yuri's gonna kind of sit up and Nellis.
Oh,
Nellis.
Oh, shit. Is that you, Yuri?
Yes. What was that? The crown from yesterday?
I.
What crown from yesterday? What did you guys get into?
We may have found some things while in prison.
Is that so?
my head.
Oh.
All right, get up. Get up.
I'm just gonna walk over to Nellis and slap him.
Give me an unarmed strike.
I can kill Nellis right now.
I'm gonna
Right.
look for his clothes.
With a 15, that'll definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage on it. For 2. As Valmora slaps the crap out of Nellis, he's going to take 2 damage. Jeez, Val. What?
Wake the hell up!
I'm
What are
awake.
you doing playing with? What are you doing playing with toys?
I will.
Shit that you don't even know about.
Val, don't. I just. Jeez.
She does have a point, Nellis.
I
That was
did-
rather reckless.
I thought it was a crown. I was just.
I have it in my hands.
I was
They're
looking in the
upstairs.
mirror and it looked so good and it was like I heard a voice and it just compelled me to put it on and
Well, Nellis, if you wanted to look like a king, or if you wanted to put on a fashion show, I could have made you a crown myself. But you shouldn't go around
Where are they?
You shouldn't go around messing with stuff that you don't even know what it's about. When did you even find this thing?
well, we found it at the prison yesterday. It's a crown. I didn't think it was gonna be whatever the shit that thing is. As he points to Vesper holding it.
Yeah, it's shiny. It's got a lot of magic. I could feel it.
And Vesper, you should put that damn thing down too. You saw what it did to Nellis.
Well, where do you want me to put it? It's not mine. I don't want to.
Just
take
drop it on the floor.
Clothes,
No,
and I'm
that's
gonna throw
rude.
them
It's
at
a
Nellis.
Nellis, where would you like me to put this thing?
Just sit it in the chair in my room for now. Just get it out of
My
here.
goodness. Nellis, you must be tired or worn out from that. So here, take this.
As Nellis picks himself back up off the floor, Moon just standing there with his clothes like, here, please put these on.
Exactly.
Nellis
Hey, I
is...
need just a couple minutes to run the puppy out. He just woke up.
All right. Thanks, Moon. As Nellis takes his tunic and puts it on over himself, covering himself back up. Anyway, no, I found it in the prison yesterday. It was in a lockbox, and I mean it's gold and gems, and it looked like a lot of money. And I know we're hurting for money, so I swiped it. I nicked it. I thought we could sell it on the black market or something and pay for some ship stuff and maybe get out of Atheist Landing. I don't know.
Well, that doesn't sound like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
If anybody would know what this is, though, it would be from the Arcana shop, right?
Could go there. Or we could also go to Gideon. Not Gideon, I'm sorry. Mr. Ironwood.
Well, I don't know if Ironwood would take it, especially if he knows it's hot. I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to put that heat on him. He's a good man. I mean, I did steal this from the military, you know? If it comes up in town again, and they're gonna know. Or if a guard is in there, just sees it sitting on his shelf for sale.
Well, Moon, I like your idea by going to the coat shop. What do you say?
I personally think we should wait and find somewhere in the distant lands before we try to sell it somewhere so close to Atheos.
Yes, but the woman at the coat shop, I mean, she appears out of a little wisp of light.
Yes, but do remember that we have to have knowledge in exchange for knowledge. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm fresh out of new knowledge. I've already given enough that I'm afraid I wouldn't have anything new to share.
Well, Moria, I hate to, get you on this, but, we did, at least I did, sell that salamander egg. The golden salamander. Yeah, I sold it to her, and she gave me coin for it. So I think we might be able to sell it to her and get coin.
But we don't even know what it does. We saw that it was illuminating such great magic. Maybe we could find someone who could actually tell us what it's about. Because,
Right.
I mean,
Wouldn't that be someone from the occult shop who deals in infinite knowledge?
But who here has knowledge to share with them for them to give enough knowledge to us?
Oh, I think I have enough knowledge from last night.
Excellent. Well, then that's fine. Because my whole thing is, if this crown, if it did that to Nellis, and it could affect Nellis, who is, I would say, a very intelligent cat. If that could do that to Nellis, then I'm sure there's some strong energy that's coming from that. And I mean, we saw Captain Yuri cast a spell, and we saw how much magic was illuminating from it. Maybe Vesper could do something with it.
Vesper, what are you doing with the crown?
I'm investigating it. Kind of like, basically, I'm putting it down on the chair like he asked. But I want to just investigate it as I do it. Maybe rotate it as I put it down. I'm just investigating it. I don't want to do anything crazy. Maybe if it's talking to me, I don't know. I'm just investigating it.
Moon, that book of yours, were you able to find anything on it? Maybe anything remotely similar? Maybe origins and traces of crowns with magic and...
The first time I tried, I couldn't find anything, but I might be able to try again.
Hey, do you mind if I take a look at it with you?
Sure.
Roll investigation with advantage as both you and Valmora look through the book. With high investigation skills, you both take a side of the book, kind of holding it sharingly. Valmora almost kneeling on the ground to be at a halfling level. You feel the book start to do its magic. You've known this book to be just full of gibberish and runes, and when you see the pages start to glow, you know it's going to find something. As the book opens up, you see this crown drawn on its pages.
Moon, do you see that?
I do. I think it's the same one. Can you?
Huh.
Is it
Um,
a weird language or is it in common?
The book will read aloud to you for the first time since you've held it. You hear a voice from another plane speak through the book to you.
The crown of cosmic wisdom is a magnificent headpiece, forged from the shimmering stardust, adorned with intricate constellations. When worn, it grants wearer unparalleled insight into the mysteries of the universe, unlocking secrets of magic and the cosmos. Be wary. Wearing the crown could have severe side effects, and its immense power will attract the attentions of everybody far and wide who seek to harness the power for their own purpose. Its abilities come at a price, and its secrets are best understood by those who are prepared to bear the weight of cosmic understanding.
With that, the book will slam closed and fall back
I'll
into your
put it
hands,
away.
Moon.
I'll just put it away in my bag or whatnot. And I'm gonna look at Nellis and Yuri and I'm gonna tell them, we can't stay here with what this crown is. They're gonna know that you took it. You escaped prison and now that's missing too. They're going to lead it to directly to where you are. Especially since we're still in this town.
Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, God, you're right. Maybe we should just take it back to the prison, Yuri. You know,
No.
just drop it off at the door.
They will arrest you again.
Not if we just dip and run.
you guys can't. You act like you can just waltz around the town now. You are fugitives.
I mean, Yuri convinced them to let us out. I mean, we're free men.
Damien, question: do you still have that book?
Aye.
So maybe, just maybe, if we could somehow find a way to utilize the crown, Damien might be able to decipher the book that he was trying to.
All right, it's gonna turn him into a zombie, like I was.
But Nellis, you are but a frail creature.
You just said I was smart. Jeez.
Intelligence and strength
Art
does
is
not.
the same thing.
Thank you, Moon.
Frail means your physical body. You only have one life left.
And you all have
See?
one life too. Jeez. It's not like we're on any other ship.
I have multiple lives, Nellis.
Whatever.
Well,
Nellis is pretty defeated in this moment. He's just gonna lean up against the wreckage of the shelf that he knocked over in his stupor.
I'm gonna lean over and pat Nellis on the head, right in
Like
between the
some
ears.
breakfast.
Man, here I am again, just doing things without thinking about it, and now we have this, whatever this thing is, like a fucking homing beacon for everybody.
What if we can convince the occult shop to hold it for us? I mean, they do travel to multiple dimensions.
They probably wouldn't hold it for us, but take it.
Do you actually think we'd get anything from them for it?
We could get knowledge, but I mean, we could always ask them more about the crown. I mean, Damien said he has some knowledge.
I am sure that they might make a trade for this.
But do we really want to trade it?
Damien, I want you to roll a history check.
Boop, 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 boop.
With a 16, Damien, you know somebody who is all about knowledge and having information. You are reminded of the Spy Master. And it kind of floods over you, this idea.
Guys, what if me and Vespa were to take a little bit of a trip and get information on this?
Could I come with you?
No.
Huh?
But I'm not saying you can't spy. But you will
So
not tag along.
I see. I understand. For in that case, maybe Carter can accompany you.
Aye.
All right. What is your plan, Damien?
Well, me and Vespa know somebody that deals in the knowledge about Athea's Landing and what comes and goes of Athea's. And I feel like he might have something, at least a little bit of information on this. So I will go ask.
Are you gonna take the thing with you, or?
Yes, Nellis.
I don't know. I just. Nellis is like moving his paws over each other, kind of just kneading his hands. You could tell that he's like overly anxious and nervous at this point.
Yuri's gonna look at him. Nellis, it'd be better to know what this is to make sure that if it is something that we can use, how we can use it the most beneficial way. The way that you were using it was rather lacking.
But what if he gets nicked? Then we're out all the money and everything.
Nellis.
If it gets nicked, Damien will personally see to
Aye.
getting it back.
Well, notice we do have a
Hold on a
box
minute.
too.
Everybody. I would like to tell you about me and Vespa's night. And I feel like once we tell you about this, Nellis, you might feel a little bit better about me and Vespa taking this crown.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second, Damien. Just let me grab a chair, because it seems like we'll be here a while.
Well, if you want me to go into very much detail, then yes.
I need to get some air. I'm not feeling the best.
Nellis!
Captain Yuri, will you go with him? Or would you like to go and talk outside?
You guys all head outside to the patio. I'll go ahead and get some bean juice going.
Nellis?
My
It's
head,
okay, my friend.
my head's pounding with, I don't know. Just, I don't feel good.
Couldn't possibly be pounding. I casted healing word on you.
Can we do a detect magic spell on Nellis to see if there's residual effects from the crown?
You may certainly try.
I don't think healing word heals psychic damage.
I know
Does
lay
it?
on hands does.
Lay of hands does.
Yeah.
Lay on hand.
I know Yuri has
don't
lay
have
on hands. What do you have,
Yeah.
Valmora?
I have a lesser restoration.
Less.
I also have
No, you have healing word, Val.
Yeah, I already. No, you said laying hands.
Yeah,
I
lay on
also
hands.
have that.
Yeah. Cure wounds is good one too. Healing word will also heal. It doesn't have any limitation to psychic damage. So yeah, any of those, whatever it was, would have worked just fine.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah.
As you cast Detect Magic on Nellis, you see the same brilliant light, but it's pulsing way slower around Nellis now. Just like whoa. Whoa. And it's like it is fading, but there is so much residual magic that Nellis is almost like been supercharged by this.
Well,
Hold still, Nellis.
Valmora, as you cast Dispel Magic, I need you to make me a survival check.
sure.
With a dirty 20. The rebound alone, as you tried to dispel the magic that's just been soaked in by Nellis, it rebounds so hard against you that it's almost improbable for you to contain it all. But you somehow absorb it and deflect it away as it visibly recoils against you. But however, you take no damage as you are able to deflect this magic as it cascades through the sky almost as a pure white rainbow, and you see it just shoot off into the heavens.
Is there a way I can trap it in my bag of holding?
It's already gone. That quick, just and it rockets into the sky.
Fucking bag holding.
Yeah, it would have been amazing if I could just like when it ricocheted at me, just hold my bag of holding open.
Unleash a
Imagine.
devastating blast on a super boss later.
Kamehameha! Zoom in the bag of holding, and it just launches out.
Yep.
Jolly pulls out that nat one.
Yeah.
Joe.
I really feel like
Bag of
Vesper
holding
is
just
going to remind him
explodes.
that every session.
I have to.
Until it
Can't let him
happens.
forget about it.
Oh man, one of these days, Joe. One of these days, that Nat one's gonna bite you in the ass. But this not this day. Well, maybe it is. Who knows? The day's young.
He's gonna wait until you're most vulnerable.
Yep.
That's it.
Ah well.
What
Nellis-
was that?
As Nellis just starts hacking up her furball. Oh God! What the hell, Val? Oh shit!
Are you feeling better?
What? Oh God! Ugh. I feel like I've been hungover for days now. Wow! Whoa!
Yuri's gonna walk out during all this with the pot of bean water and some cups, and he's just gonna look at Nellis, look at the floor, look back at Nellis, look back at the floor, look back at Nellis. You're cleaning that up.
It is your house after all.
And then I'm just gonna walk just all the way around everybody, and then just set everything right in the center of the table, and grab my my own cup.
Vesper, what are you doing?
I'm still waiting on my investigation roll that I did on the.
I thought I told you. I'm sorry.
No.
As you investigated that crown, You could feel the pulsing of magic. You feel almost compelled to wear the crown. But it's not strong enough that you couldn't resist it. You feel the connection, and you could tell that it desires to be worn, but you're like, no thank you. To you, just with your visual eyes, it is a crown of white gold with emeralds, sapphires, and rubies arranged to look like the constellations of the sky.
Is it similar in appearance to the crown of Duskholm?
It is not. It's not even close.
Okay.
A Duskholm crown is forged of dark iron and twisted to represent their power and strength. This is elegant and beautiful, and it's just full of, just makes you contemplate the universe around it.
Hearing it call out, "Wear me, put me on." I'm gonna kind of quickly let go. I'm gonna drop it on the stair, on the chair there, and kind of just head back to the bedroom. I can finally go back to sleep now.
Damien. Now that Nellis is not puking up all over the place, and Yuri has brought the bean water, which Nellis has poured heartily from into a large mug and is holding it in two hands as he sips from it. All right, Damien. Tell us about your night.
Well, that took a while, Nellis, but better late than never. Well, after that little boy showed up in the house last night, he was a servant of the spy master, and he was one of the spy master's little birds.
So he was a boy bird?
Well, he was a boy, Nellis, a young boy, but they're birds.
So he's bird
Anyway.
folk.
Sure, take it like that. Anyway, he told us where to meet this spy master, and we went. And the spy master had a mission for us. He asked to recover somebody from a Duskholm refugee camp from the crash that was being protected by Aether's landing guards. Could you have only guessed who put them in position there? Ah, yes. Archibald. Blackthorn.
So he has city guards under the payroll, apparently.
Yes. And, we had made our way through the camp quietly with a stranger. His name, like I told you last night, is Stranger. But he also does not like Duskholm. So, we had made our way through the camp. We had knocked the guard out, putting him in the water, tying him up, making sure he wouldn't leave. We finally get this plan to go and capture the guy we needed to capture. And then Stranger gets caught. And what does he do? He disguises himself as Archibald.
Wait.
His way through the camp.
You met a stranger named Stranger?
Yes, Famora.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but that just...
I know,
never mind.
right?
I'm not sure what stranger.
Yeah, okay,
Hey.
all right.
But
Yeah.
he disguised himself as Archibald Blackthorn. And he ended up tricking the guards into leading him directly to the person he needed to capture. Well, these people knew about Archibald and did not think he was going to be there in the slightest. You could definitely tell that they were working for him. But he brought him over to the water where me and Vespa were, and we were able to subdue him. And capture him, handcuff him, tie him. As we were trying to make our escape, Vespa spotted what looked to be just a girl to me until he had told me it was Pete's little sister. He was checking on Pete, apparently, and, she called him out.
Wait. So, in the middle of your stealth mission to snatch a Duskholm guy, Vespa just leaves to go check on this Pete girl?
Yes, you heard right, Nellis. That is my cousin.
And Valmoria, you called me stupid for putting a crown on my head.
I did not call you stupid. I said, why are you playing with toys that you don't know? Stupid.
You did also slap the ever-living crap out of him.
Bag on the head.
It was a love tap.
Taken.
Have you been taking lessons from Tiffany then?
Well, after we had, after they had spotted out Vespa, and the girl turned on him, the entire camp came after us. I would like to say it was more than 40 men. And only 4 people left. Myself, Vespa, Stranger, and our captor. Or our prisoner, more. A better way of saying it.
Wait. My head's pounding. You just massacred an entire camp of Duskholm people for shits and giggles because Vesper wanted to find this damn lost sword that he gave away?
Well, Nellis, when you think about it like that, I suppose so, but there are more underlying reasons.
You're just gonna be stopped, like, half sip, like, wait, what? And then he's just gonna kinda... What's so special about Pete that you're going to murder a bunch of other people?
Well, you all know what has happened with, me and Vespa's history with Duskholm. Do not hold any good feelings for them.
All right.
You know that we tortured somebody on your ship, Nellis. We killed him.
I'll
What?
wake up in like...
You're torturing people on my ship? What?
Ah, yes.
What
One of
the
the Duskholm
crap?
fleet members we captured.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, did you clean up afterwards?
Of course.
Oh, good. Oh, man, you I'm not
just
gonna lie,
kinda
Damien.
like-
That's
I'm just gonna kind of look at the sky and go, wait, did we clean it?
At this point, I jolt myself awake, remembering what I saw through Abby's medallion, and I'm just gonna check again to make sure that what I saw was true.
Give me a investigation. With a 13. As you peer through the third eye, it is still obscured. Obscured? You could hear, or you could see, you can't hear, you can see the bag is still moving like she's being taken somewhere. But that's all that you can sense through it.
So with the performances, me sprinting to the outside and hitting the door, tripping, running. Hang on, I gotta get through the door. Flipping on the carpet, rolling now. All you guys hear is just crashing as
Yeah,
I'm just
Jesus.
making a dead being.
Jesus, did
going on?
Vesper put the crown
What the
on?
hell is that?
Ah, Christ. Wah.
And I'm gonna try and jump over the fence. So we'll do athletics.
Oh.
So with a 15,
so
With a 15, as you're now outside the house and you realize you want to be back inside the courtyard, you're able to like heave yourself up over the fence because it's a tall privacy fence, and you land perfectly on your ass right on the bench, just like boom, like
boom. Oh, guys, Abby's in trouble.
Jesus. Oh God.
Vespa, I'm just gonna point. I'm just gonna point to the door. I just used the door.
I
Are you still confused from last night?
If you look at the carpets, I may have slipped. Okay, I've now. Whatever. Abby's in trouble.
Abby.
While all that's going on, Yuri's just gonna reach for the coffee pot again and just kind of open it and sniff it to make sure this isn't bad. This is actually happening, right? I'm not tripping.
Yuri, I'll take one of those as well. But I thought it was a dream after yesterday's endeavors.
I'm just gonna refill my cup while this is all going.
But I saw Abby. She was approached by the Archbishop, and then they put a bag over her head and took her away. Oh, thank you, Yuri.
Yeah.
Oh, shut. Oh, so good though.
Oh God. Moon.
Something weird about that damn crown of yours. You kept talking to me, saying, "Wear me, wear me."
Wait, now the jewelry's talking to people?
It was weird. It was like in my head. But anyway.
Yeah, that Yuri's just gonna dump his coffee cup out.
Vesper, I need you to make. I need you to make a. I need you to make a survival check right now, as you walk right where Nellis is thrown up on the ground.
Oh, I didn't even know. Of course I didn't know. I was inside.
Yeah.
So, boom. Please don't fall into it. Okay.
Oh, good. As you step in it, like your foot kind of slides a little bit, and you like look down at it, like
As he was taking a step, everybody's like,
Alice.
I'm sorry.
I'm now gonna start charging you interest on that gold you owe me.
Oh shit.
Because I need a new pair of boots now, clearly. As I kick off the throw up towards his direction.
Ah, God, come on.
You're just gonna be like, who wears boots to bed?
Someone who's always prepared to jump out of bed and sword fight.
Yeah, I passed out.
Moon.
Coffee's pretty good, huh?
Oh, God. Okay, everybody. Moon. If anybody understands the situation and can explain it as simple as possible, it'd be you, kid. What the hell is going on?
With the crown?
With everything this morning. What is it that you've captured?
With my morning prayers, I could definitely sense that the god of death was very satisfied.
Is that a good thing?
It's a very good thing.
All right.
The god of death does not want our lives.
Well,
So I think it's a very good sign.
I guess I'll take that as a win today.
You should. But we definitely need to get rid of this crown.
Well,
We
Nellis.
just shot a beacon up this morning to direct our straight location. If that's not an indication where we are, I don't know what is.
Well, shall I go through with my plan?
All right, so let's just recap here. As Nellis kind of like puts his coffee cup down, he's gonna put his paws together and kind of take a deep. I stole a magical crown that sent a beacon to all the people that were here from the military who we escaped from, drawing a giant red X right on our group of humble adventurers. Yeah? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty well.
Okay. Damien and Vespa went off and massacred an entire refugee village to find a sword that he gave away free of charge. Yeah? Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
You told them about that?
Yes.
And Moon and Valmora, you helped a lady by being a kangaroo?
Not just any lady. We helped Abigail.
Okay.
You
Somehow,
remember that night?
somehow,
Go ahead, Nellis.
somehow kangaroo shapeshifting is the most sensible of all of our adventures last night.
I don't know. Us going to prison was pretty standard.
But coming out with a magical cursed mummifying helmet that talks to people is probably not.
Oh.
Yeah,
Have you
neither is
tried
the
that?
fact that we walked right out the front gate, is it?
I want to try that thing on then.
We need to prepare and get going.
Vespa.
Should we make a couple of potions before we leave?
Vespa.
You're
Do not
gonna
stop.
be like,
I
I think
will.
the only potion I'll be able to make is another pot of bean juice. Do you want any more?
Please,
I
Yuri.
would love some.
Hey, look,
Okay.
cousin, what's that over there?
As I'm going to cast Mage Hands, and I'm going to grab the crown and raise it to the ceiling.
And for the sake of, for funsies, even though I know I can't actually do it, I'm going to cast Absorb Elements to absorb your mage hand so you can't grab it.
I just imagine that this is something that you two have done since childhood, where like you're trying to keep away something and it's mage hand, dispel, and then you cast mage hand again to grab it, and it's just like a constant back and forth like tug of war.
While that's going on, Yuri's
Well,
just gonna
fire
walk
magic
between
missiles
them
at it to
and
knock it
grab it out of the air.
Not this time, Damien.
I guess this is a good time for me to go outside and do my morning yoga.
All right.
Anyway, I was just kidding. I was just wanted an excuse to come back inside.
Yuri, you're gonna
You
make some
really
more of
are
that coffee,
funny.
right?
Just let it
Absolutely.
be, Damien.
No, Vespa, me and you are gonna go see the spy master again. Ask him what he knows about this.
Oh, I was hoping to look at our table so I could look at this crown, but... all right, let's go. If everyone's all right with the trip. Did anyone make breakfast, by the way? Coffee was excellent this morning.
I'm gonna make breakfast.
Where did Valmora
So we
go?
have some...
Do I need to make a performance roll?
Hi.
Val is outside doing her yoga concentration thing. Moon, if you are making breakfast for the group, I need you to roll survival to see how well of a breakfast you make. All the parts and pieces are here in the kitchen, so you won't have to do an investigation on any of it.
Carter,
17.
Come on. Come on now, Carter.
Hey,
Oh, do we really want to
Damien?
what she makes for breakfast?
With a 17, describe to me what type of food you would make the group.
Breakfast sausages,
Well, you know Vespa's a fan of those.
potato hash,
Oh! More?
and scrambled
Come on.
eggs,
Tell me more, as now I'm salivating. Standing next to you.
or fried eggs. Over easy / over medium.
Mm.
And some toast.
Yeah, toast. With that, anybody who eats the breakfast this morning will gain 7 temporary hit points.
Yuri will eat breakfast.
And so will Nellis.
Carter, come on. We're gonna get some breakfast now.
Valmoria kind of motions over to Damien to come here.
I'm gonna fix Valmoria a plate.
Is this a window?
It is a window right there.
All right, so I see them, but I can't hear them.
As
So-
I step up to Valmora, but keep my distance so she can continue.
Damien, just
Aye.
stop for 1 second. Just take a look. Just
It's in a book.
feel.
Reading Rainbow.
Just feel. Can you feel the nature around you?
Well, actually, I can't. We're in the middle of a city.
Well, it's calming. It's like a sense of serenity.
I
So,
will say this garden is very satisfying.
yes, and my morning yoga is quite balancing. Just take a second. Here, like this. It'll help you along for your trip.
As I try to imitate her.
Go ahead and
Yeah,
roll
just
a
like that.
performance at disadvantage.
I'm gonna open the window and yell at Damien as he starts to get into his form. I thought we were leaving.
1 second, Vesper.
But what eating? I'm doing yoga.
As he
Doing
falls over.
yoga.
Carter. Carter.
Yeah?
w- Would you like to accompany Damien and Vesper as they go on their journey to try to figure out what's going on with this crown?
Sure. Why not? I'm not crawling in his bosom, though. I'll follow behind.
You sure? I mean, he does have a nice bag, and even though, hey, Carter, there might be some stuff in his bag that we could use, so you could scrounge around and maybe grab some, maybe a gold or two.
I got what you're sniffing at. All right, I'm in. Let's go.
All right, thank you, Carter. Now, Damien, please be a doll and look after Carter with your life, because if anything happens to Carter, you might lose yours.
Aye, well, he's a rat, and you did make me that potion of comprehension, so I will be able to understand him while we are there.
Absolutely. Oh, well, I mean, we don't have anything to worry about. You did only kill a guard even after trying not to kill one, so.
Ooh, the shade. God damn, talking about nature and balance, and she's out here throwing yard darts this morning.
Valmora, I made you a plate. I think that a well-balanced breakfast might bring you some more down-to-earth feelings that you're looking for.
Thank you. Thank you,
I can
Moon.
just see Moon setting it up to look like a skull and crossbones, like the egg eyes and the sausage links crossed.
I was thinking the same fucking thing, like it's just like like a face of death on the plane.
I
And
appreciate
with
that.
a little bit of like ketchup coming out from where you would think the mouth would be.
Moon, that is quite thoughtful, but maybe you can ration my portion out to everyone else, because I don't think I ever told you, but me and my tribe, we are full of plant-based lifestyle. We don't eat any kind of meat or such things. We only eat raw plants.
I apologize. I can
No.
fix you up something else very nice.
What about a nice fruit melody? That would be nice.
She
I will
doesn't.
do my best.
Moon, I need you to roll me a history and see if you would understand what a fruit melody is.
Mm.
You just imagine that she brings out a fruit and starts
Yeah,
playing it. and singing with it.
that's what I'm waiting for.
Oh,
Yeah!
She's gonna perform a concert with a fruit.
Wait, I still want to cut up the fruit like in bigger pieces and then set them up as if they're an orchestra.
Yes, yes.
Have like a single grape sitting out in front of a bunch of it. This is the conductor.
Okay, hang on. And then I'm gonna come out, right? I've got it.
Okay, Moon, before you do that, go to the kitchen and roll your survival to see how well you can prepare this fruit melody to the best of your understanding.
Okay. Performance rate. Oh, survival. Sorry. You just said that. Oh!
Oh,
Yes! Moon, you have no idea what a fruit melody is. And you do your absolute perfect at what you think a fruit melody is. We're talking, you have delicately carved faces into the pieces of fruit to represent your actual parts and pieces. And you even use toothpicks to animate your fruit medley so that you can like twist a little knob and everything moves in this orchestra you've made for Valmora.
I'm gonna hold it in my hand, and then so that I can move the parts, right? And then I'm gonna come out here, and as I'm walking to her, I'm moving it and saying, "Fruit salad, yummy, yummy."
What the heck?
I did my time.
I look away and eat this breakfast for 2 seconds, and now Moon's playing with fruit. What the hell did I miss?
As I see the little orchestra of fruit, I kind of look over to my right and I see that watermelon, and I pick up the biggest one that I see, and I look at Moon and I'm like, Moon, I do appreciate your concert, but I was talking about a melody as in the sorts of like a variety of fruit in a bowl so I can eat it, not listen to it. But I do enjoy your some of your creativity. As I think to myself, I was like,
Move.
as I think to myself, I was like, just when I thought that she was starting to become an intelligent being. Yeah, I
I'm
see
gonna
they
wiggle with the
move.
fruit.
They move. Valmora,
Yeah, Moon.
I need to know, do you eat Moon's fruit melody?
It does have different fruit. It's just not in a bowl, and it's made to look like people.
Moon, I will take your food. Thank you.
You're
I turn around and walk towards the edge of the garden, and I sneeze, and I drop all of the fruit into one of the nearby flower pots, the big one. And I come back to Moon in like a span of 15 seconds. Moon, that was really good. Sometime you'll have to never make that for me again.
Did you eat the toothpicks too?
Yeah, they went down kind of rough. I would advise not eating toothpicks ever.
Okay.
Okay.
They're more like a delicacy for me.
Vesper, you sleight of hand. What is it that you're trying to do?
I didn't know if we picked up the crown yet, so basically it's just me trying to pick up the
Yuri
crown.
has the crown. Remember, he walked by as he was getting ready to make juice and he snatched it out of the air while you two were fighting with each other over it?
Well, then I didn't do sleight of hand.
Okay. Oh, goodness.
It was nice, guys, but I have some more morning meditation to do, so I will be bonding with nature. Bye.
And me and Vesper will be on our way.
Can't go anywhere without the crown.
Oh, God.
And don't forget Carter.
Oh, God.
Captain Yuri, may I have the crown?
I think you should give it to me.
I'll just take and hand it out to him.
As I'm gonna, as I'm
As
just
you
gonna
go to reach-
honestly,
As you go to reach
Drop
for
it.
it, I'm just gonna pull it back. and be like,
Good, with my performance, that makes sense.
Actually, I'm
Ah.
gonna take that back, and I'm gonna use my pocket 20.
Oh, there it
What a
is.
waste! Oh, come on!
Ah, he uses it. He's guaranteed as Yuri hands it out. Vesper like and then Damien just like swoop with the mage hand.
I'm so mad that you just did that to me. I was gonna put it on.
Oh,
Well, as I kind of slide it into my bag, let's be on our way.
all right.
Yuri's just gonna take and shake his head and just kind of put his hand or head in his hands, just like these two
And
are the
as
ones
he's
we're trusting with this.
and as he slides it in his bag, young man Carter is in the bag as well.
He in there like
And
swimwear.
And Carter is like, I know Valmoria said that there were some things that I could look to see in this bag. Oh, what is this? This crown thing. As Carter approaches the crown in the bag, and he positions his body right in the middle of the crown.
Now Carter's wearing the crown. I'm pretty sure
Carter is engaging with the crown.
Okay, we are going to take a break.
Back.
We're going to take a break right there because I got to run outside and help the wife carry in some groceries. In the meantime, go to the bathroom, get a drink, get a snack. We're going to come back and we're going to continue this adventure. So we'll be right back. That's 5:06. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Is everybody back?
I think.
Actually, he's gonna go walk the dog
Okay.
real quick.
That's fine. We can take care of Damien and Vesper's little jaunt to the
She'd
sewer.
have some time.
Taking care of it.
Bruh. So, what's the play?
But yeah, after Vesper grabs it out of that, or out of my hand, or wait, was it Vesper or Damien that grabbed it?
Damien.
Damien.
Was I?
After that happens and you two walk off, you're just gonna be like, children.
As I'm gonna make a quick loop around and go back to the bedroom real quick. Grab my new sword and say, yeah, that might come in handy sometime today.
All right. As you and Vesper make your way to the sewers, using one of the many entrances that you think might be safe,
Alright, Vespa. Let's just be cool. Hello.
Hey,
Long time no see, my friend.
it was
I would
just
like
like
to go talk to,
yesterday.
Well, it was yesterday. Here are my weapons.
Not me, him.
What? Yes, never mind, I'm sorry. Here, sir, here are my weapons.
Put him in the bag. Hey, you too.
May I ask to bring this crown and just this sword to ask one question, and I'll bring it right back out.
Give it here. I'll carry it in for you.
Aye, here's the sword.
Okay. Master Spy Master, there's two here for visits. They were the ones from last night.
As I'm immediately gonna turn the corner. Stranger!
Damien, good to see you.
Good to see you, man. How you holding up?
I'm doing all right. Last night has me full of vigor and lust.
Good, big man. Good. Hello again, Mr. Spymaster.
Damien, whoa.
Let's try that again. Damien. Damien, it's good to see you again.
Yes. But I wish it would have been under better circumstances. Unfortunately, this morning something happened to one of our friends, and I wanted to see if you knew anything about this. So I brought it along.
They also brought
Please.
this sword. He wanted to show it to you.
Yes. Let's go with the sword first. Last night, while we were parading through the camp, I found this, and I was just looking to see if you could tell me anything about it. If you know anything.
It's definitely of Duskholm make, that's for sure. Let's see.
As he pulls it out of the scabbard.
It's silvered. An officer's cutlass. Or rapier. Whatever they call it over there. It's unusual to see him silvered like this. Duskholm tends to just throw as many iron blades together these days. Fancier metals like this are not usually used. Perhaps it's royalty or, I don't know, something different. I don't know enough about it, to be honest. Here.
I know what's wrong with it.
Well,
Ain't got no gas in it.
That was a slip of the button, sorry.
As I'm just gonna go, okay, thank you. And the real reason why I'm here. Something this morning happened to one of our crew members, and I'm just gonna reach into my bag and feel for the crown. And I'm gonna ask, is Carter still around the crown?
Yeah, Carter is inside of it at this time.
Yes, so I'm going to take the crown and just try and yank it straight out of my bag. Like, very, very forceful.
I need a strength ability check as you try to pull the crown out of the bag. Oof.
Oof.
Man, and that 20 would have been great right now, wouldn't it?
As you go to pull the crown, it doesn't budge. It's stuck in there.
Cousin, I know you have a problem getting it out. Let me give it a good whirl.
Fine, go ahead. Try.
There's no need for theatrics, Damien.
With an 11, even Vesper, with both hands inside of this burlap bag, is just pulling with all of his might.
Stranger, you're stronger than the both of us. Get over here and help us.
Are you serious right now?
I don't know what it is. This crown is stupid. By the way, yes, it is a crown.
The Three Stooges. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Stranger will just haphazardly think that you guys are fucking around, and he just kind of reaches in and he's like, just gives it a little tug, like, oh, what the fuck?
What the hell?
Maybe together. Maybe together. I don't know.
On 3.
Yes, on 3.
Strength with advantage because we're all pulling together.
Steve!
As you pull this crown out of your bag, you see this like white magic just enveloping Carter as the crown, he is inside of the circlet of it and is just like, you could see him. It's almost like he's spiritual in nature. His little mouse hands cupped with his 4 fingers and thumbs of his dew claws pinched together as he is reaching nirvana right now.
Vespa, I think we should kill this thing.
It would be ill-advised for you to assassinate me in this condition. I see all and am all. Never before have I explored the cosmos of the world so thoroughly.
All you hear is
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Yep, I have no idea where this thing came from.
Why is there a rat in your bag, and why is it glowing with magic, Damien?
Damien, this is a good question. You
I'm
should
going
answer
to
it.
try and stealth to grab my sword from this guy and in the same motion try and stab Carter.
Give me not stealth. I'll allow the 18 stealth. Like nobody notices your hand go, but I need a sleight of hand, and then I need you to use the sword and make an attack. With a 12 sleight of hand, that'll pass the first. Now go ahead and make an attack with your sword. With an 18, that passes Carter's AC. Go ahead and do a damage strike on Carter. With a 6, consuming all of Carter's HP. That is DTD.
Wait a minute now.
No.
Didn't you just say Carter was enveloped with all this knowledge and the crown
that don't mean he's gonna deflect a blade.
Damien, I want you to describe in detail the motion of what you are doing and the thoughts behind it.
As we're hearing Carter squeaking as he's enveloped in this light, I think of the relationship that we have had with this spy master and not trying to throw waves in that relationship, trying to keep this connection strong and not filled with maybe conceptions of, deceit. So I just immediately reach for the sword and attempt to kill Carter, and aim as close to his heart as I would think it would be.
Do you feel remorse at all for killing this rat?
I do.
Okay.
It's sad to see Carter go, especially in this nature, but the circumstances, a life needed to be spared, and a life needed to be ended in that moment, or else questions would have arisen.
As you pierce this omnipotent rat, you do so with the silvered sword, right? Because that's the closest one by. It pierces his magical essence, and his physical form falls to the ground, skewered by this sword, as it slides off the end of this sword. However, the magical presence of this omnipotent rat remains.
Oh God.
And it sits upon your shoulder, Damien. Nobody else sees this magic. You now have the patron of Carter the Rat as a type of conscience leads your actions. He will constantly be there to aggravate you and question your very motives in this world at any given time of his choice. Because this rat, while he entered this crown of all of this wisdom, imagine something as simple as Carter's brain just being flooded with magical wisdom of everything. And in that moment, he is able to ascend the physical world and becomes a spiritual being, a fey creature who will both haunt you and guide you at the same time.
At this present time, can I hear him?
You understand Carter perfectly.
And I'm assuming this is all in my head, correct?
It's not necessarily in your head as much as you literally see a phantom rat floating around you from time to time. Like you are literally yelling into the ether at this thing if you talk to it out loud.
So people around me could hear it if I talk to it?
They hear your side of the conversation. They do not hear Carter.
Ah, great. Cool.
Oh, man. It's like Navi. Hey, listen.
Damien, hey, Damien, what are we gonna do? Damien. We're gonna save the world today. Woo! Just you and Carter in the world. We're gonna take it all on. Beat the bad boys, you know what I mean?
Well, that was weird, cousin. What was that? Pretending like I don't know Carter.
I guess while climbing into the sewer, a rat just climbed into my bag.
That's some bullshit. Valbora sent me with you. Why are you lying?
Please send the
These
sword
rats
back.
are weird.
Damien, please put the sword away. We don't want to.
Yes, here, please take this sword as I hand it back to the guy. I'm sorry I had to do that, but almost this exact same thing happened to our friend this morning, and
I was able to rip it off his
know.
head before anything crazy happened. So we thought
I
it was
I
best
didn't want to risk. I didn't want to risk anything.
Yeah, I can see why. That rat
Please
was
think about
infused with magics. And if a rat can be infused with magics, I can only imagine what it would do to an actually intelligent creature. Your friend is lucky you were there.
Thank you.
Do you know what this is?
To the best of our knowledge, it's a crown possessing immense magical power.
You have no idea what you've brought into my sewers. This is a crown of cosmic wisdom. It is a wondrous item, beyond rare of rare of rare. It can grant absolute omnipotence. You can peer into the very future of the world with these. There were only 3 of them ever crafted. Crafted by the elves, ancient upon ancient upon ancient. I do not know where you've come across such artifact.
Our friends have found it inside of prison, believe it or not.
The prison. This. Imagine that. The city just confiscating treasures without knowing what they are. What is it that you wish to do with this artifact? It is beyond dangerous and powerful at the same time.
Well, may I ask you, if you were to take possession of this, what would you do with it?
Would be a true blessing and a boon to my enterprise here, but I am afraid it would bring too much notoriety to us. And the crowns are fickle, too. One moment they glance into the future and you can be absolutely perfect. But then the next it'll leave you weak and drawn as it absorbs your very magical essence. You see, these crowns can only be worn by those who can cast magic, who have a connection to the weave. I don't understand why that rat was connected to it. And if your friend had a similar reaction, perhaps there's more to this crown than meets the eye.
It was from Archibald's prison.
Archibald's prison, imagine that.
Do you know where somewhere we can bring it to dispose of it in a good manner?
Dispose is such a terrible word, though.
Well, I wouldn't say dispose, but give it to a person for coin.
You wish to sell the artifact?
Yes, we do not need such troubles around us.
It
I
is.
wouldn't be opposed to trying to become omnipotent. I mean, knowing the future could help in our plans against Archibald. I mean, he has been one step ahead of us this whole time.
Yeah, but you must remain wearing it to remain omnipotent. You would literally be casting a beacon to all around you while wearing this crown.
We've done that now twice.
Yes. Luckily, in the sewer here, when you skewered that rat, whatever magic dissipated against the walls and the tunnels in a flash of brilliance. But outside in the world, who knows where that magic would have landed?
I hate to say something, but for some reason, I'm hearing a little squeaky voice in my head.
Like this one?
I'm hearing it again.
Damien, are you okay? You seem flustered ever since stabbing whatever rat that was.
Oh shit, huh? He can't see me? Oh fuck, this is awesome! So only you can see me, Damien? Oh, this is gonna be good. Nobody can see me. Look at this. Look at it.
As Carter is like going over to Vesper's face and like trying to mess with it, like he's like trying to move its face around.
What the fuck? I can't touch him? Oh, this is some bullshit. Fuck.
Does that just so happen to have an itch on my nose, so I scratch
it? Is this magic really something to be worried about?
From what I've heard, though, it seems like the entities coming for it are something to be worried about. Not so much the power itself.
An artifact like this would draw so much attention to it. Every time it was used, it would be a beacon in the magical weave. Anyone with a magical prowess who's actually looking for this type of power would be drawn to it. And you said it's been used twice today. I'm afraid, Damien, I cannot take possession of this crown. It's just it's too risky. And in fact, you all need to leave town with it as fast as possible. Get us far away from here. Here.
The spy master will quickly draw out the sword coast and he'll circle a specific area.
Here. Nestled in the cliff sides. You might find some friends of mine. Perhaps there you could pilfer the crown for some coin. A lot of coin. Do not let them swindle you out of it.
How much do you think something like this is worth?
You tell them to empty the coffers, and then to empty their boots. Then you might be close to where it's worth.
Aye. Well, thank you,
We
Spymaster.
won't forget this.
But I am
No, we
serious,
won't.
you two. Anywhere this crown is a danger, a beacon. Wherever you go, whatever you do, be safe.
I
Remember,
will.
remember, every time you use that crown, they will know where you are. Refrain from it at all costs.
Thank you. Well, Vesper, I think we need to get everybody and leave.
I suppose that is what the plan is now.
Spymaster, if you will. I have need to journey down the Sword Coast as it is. Might I catch a ride with them? Maybe they could use an extra sword if shit goes astray.
Stranger, you'd be willing to come with us?
For a little while. Until our courses separate ourselves. I have
As I'm
business in the south.
immediately gonna put my arm around him. Ah, yes. On the road we go.
Oh yeah, Damien and the Stranger and Carter. Damien and Carter and the Stranger. Yeah, adventures forever.
All right. If you'll have me on your ship and drop me off, I'll venture with you that far.
Aye.
One last thing, Spymaster, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, Vespa.
I found this.
A princess crown. Well, I shouldn't be surprised with your brother waving about a fancy doodad sword from Duskholm like that. If you don't mind, Vespa, I'd like to hang on to this. When our visitor awakens, I might question him about it. Perhaps there's more to these refugees than just a few of them. Maybe there's more. Maybe there are other camps.
Aye, but if you find those other camps, I want in.
Aye. That goes twice.
And me too.
The dream team together again. What do you say, Spymaster?
If I find out there are other camps, or if Duskholm is held up anywhere, you'll be the first to see my merrier pigeons.
Aye. Lovely.
All right.
Thank you.
So it is decided. Well, gentlemen, until I meet you again, or we find each other on the other planes.
I
Bye.
bid you adieu.
You know you can't get rid of me that easy. Let's go, boys. We have a ship to catch.
Aye. First, we must stop at our house. As I'm gonna just wait for this guy to come back up here and give me my stuff back.
Yep. He'll just hold the bag open and hand you the sword because he has it in his hand. So he'll hand you the fancy sword back. Open up your bag with all the other weapons in it. He didn't even check you for boot knives this time.
Well, since you never actually took my things.
Returning to the house. With the stranger in tow as you return to the house.
Stranger, I believe we've been here once before. Everybody!
Indeed.
I've brought my stranger friend.
That's one way to put it, cousin. Make yourself at home.
I see you guys returned, and how's Carter? Did he fare well?
Oh,
Never heard
Moria.
of such a creature.
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Stranger.
Oh my God.
Nice to meet you.
She
May
doesn't
we
know.
step into your
What are you
bedroom?
gonna tell her? What are you gonna tell her? Oh my God, this is gonna be good. I can't wait to hear. She's gonna rip you apart with her vines.
Sorry, what was that, Damien?
May we please speak in your bedroom?
Okay.
As I'm just gonna
Damien,
continue
you
going
dog.
without even looking back.
Oh, shit.
What?
Are they turning this house into a brothel?
Yeah, hold on. Pardon
I'm just
my
gonna sit against
rudeness.
the window.
Pardon my rudeness, Mr. Stranger, but it's nice to meet you. I hate to leave so abruptly, but apparently Damien has something he wants to speak about. So,
Fear not, love. Your beauty will radiate through this old man's heart. We will have time to speak.
Stranger, you dog.
It's not every day you see such an exotic beauty as her. I am surprised, Vespa. She is a strong woman.
Yes, indeed.
yes,
Pain in the
Damien.
ass.
As Damien kind of slouches himself onto the floor and kind of just abruptly falls. Moria, Carter is gone.
No, I'm not. I'm right here, motherfucker.
What do you mean Carter is gone?
Yes, I know Carter.
What?
This
Carter's
is
not
great.
here, so who are you talking to?
I am talking to Carter, but
You're talking to Carter?
Carter is gone. He is no longer alive. And I wanted to be the first to tell you. Unfortunately, it was me who ended his life.
Damien.
Before you decide to do whatever you would like to with me, let me explain more, please. This relation
Oh, shit.
with the Spy Master is something I fear that all of us will be able to use come time, and it will be one of our greatest allies. The knowledge that he seeks and is willing to give is far greater than your understanding.
I don't know. She understands a lot, Damien.
Carter had gotten himself wedged in between the crown and had gotten absorbed by that magic we saw earlier.
Right.
And to keep from the Spy Master drawing any questions and ruining our relation, I ended Carter's life.
As she's pacing back and forth now.
Oh,
So-
Damien, she's pissed.
You had to sacrifice Carter because Carter was enveloped by the crown.
Yes, and it's unbelievable magic.
So
But
did
after this, after I had ended Carter's life, he has somehow, unannounced, I can only see him. And he floats in the air around me and lands on my shoulder, and I can understand him without him even talking in whatever language rats talk.
Ooh,
I
ooh,
can
ooh.
understand him like you do.
Ask her to say something that only I would know. Ask her. That way you can prove it's true. Do it.
Well, as Carter is speaking to me now, he wants to prove that it is him. He wants you to say something that only he would know.
okay.
Ooh, tell her.
Ask him.
Go ahead.
Ask him. Ask him what my bra size is.
Carter?
I may be omnipotent, but she doesn't wear a bra. And tell her she got a mole about the size of a nickel on the bottom part of her left breast.
I'm sorry about Moira. Carter has just informed me that you do not wear a bra, and you have a mole under your left breast, the size of a nickel.
Holy shit, absolutely right. I do not wear bras because it messes with my wild shape. But also, I'll have him know that's not a mole. He could have just asked me it's a birthmark.
Mole, birthmark, same difference. It's still there.
Yeah,
Wow.
he thinks it's the same thing.
I have but one question though, because if Carter got consumed, it said that it was I guess a chance that you could be enveloped by it and you can inherit the crown or not. So did Carter actually inherit the knowledge of the crown?
Well,
I'll tell you, Damien, I know some shit right now.
well,
Let
as
me
soon
tell
as he
you.
was able to be in my head, and I guess no one was able else to understand him, he started muttering that he was going on adventures for the rest of his life, and that he's so happy that it gets to continue.
Hell yeah. Man, I'm a rat, man. I had maybe 2-3 more years, good years. Now I get to go on for fucking ever, man. I'm a spiritual, omnipotent being, man. I know shit. I'll tell you what, Damien, indoor plumbing, it's gonna be big.
So
He just said that he's now an omnipotent being, and he no longer has 2 or 3 years left. He has eternity. As Damien's kind of rubbing his face, like, oh my god.
yeah, now she's walking over to the bed. She kind of sits down and slumps over. Obviously she was in fury and rage, but now she's just succumbed by a sheer melancholy look, and she's kind of taken by this news. She kind of slouches over. For the first time, Damien sees Valmoria pull down her guard, break down every single wall, and she just breaks down sobbing.
Oh. Well,
No. And as I kind of get up beside her, put my arm around her, Valmora, I'm so sorry. But it had to happen, and you have to know that he is still with us.
hell yeah, I'm not even mad you skewered me. Tell her
him,
I'm not mad.
And I can relay his thoughts, just like you did with us, talking to him. He's still here. He's just not actually here.
He did speak of being free often, about how he enjoyed running through the sewers and how he would love to explore the world. And I wanted to take him on the voyages with us as we went and did whatever it is. I wanted him to see the world, but I guess now, more than ever, he's able to do that freely without me. I knew I'll miss him. And, you know, Damien, I know I said I would kill you if he died, but I'm actually overjoyed to hear this news, as I know that a piece of him will always be with us as long as you're alive. And you've truly freed him from this pain and suffering, but I know Moon would appreciate this news much more than I can right now. But Damien, just know that I appreciate what you did.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, because after all this overcame itself, I felt like I needed to tell you first. I felt like you were the one that needed to know the most. But I do hope that I didn't cause him any pain in his passing. But just know, he won't be able to feel any pain now. He is omnipotent. As a smile comes on my face.
Damien, I didn't even know you stabbed my ass until I was like floating around and shit, so. Hey, okay, man, you did a good job. Like a surgeon, just.
I do have a question. You think maybe if you find some way in your book to maybe transfer that soul body or that spirit or soul tie from Carter, from you to me, would you be willing to do that?
Of course I would.
Yeah, you can't wait to get rid of my ass. Shit.
As I'm just gonna kind of look up at Carter where he is right now in front of us, and I'm just gonna, Carter, I don't feel like I'm going to be in too much trouble with you. You always did have a little bit of a funny side to you, but I know Valmora is your home.
Yeah. That's the only shitty part about this, but, you know, being an omnipotent patron, you know, I'm sure there's ways, soul channeling and all that other shit. Give me some time to think about it. Maybe I could transfer my essence to her.
Aye. Well, you have all the time you need, my friend.
Absolutely. In the meantime, I'm gonna fuck with you, just so you know.
Well, I would just ask that you don't do it too bad to where you are no longer around as my patron, as I will be on the ground.
Yeah.
right.
Damien, you do know that now, the same as how Carter was spying on Vesper, I hope you don't plan on entertaining any young ladies in the future, because I'd hate to hear Carter. I'd hate to hear Carter in your ear.
Well, now that I've told you this, I do have to inform the rest of the party about something, which I'm sure that Vesper and Stranger are going on about right now. Let's go rejoin them.
Okay, thank you. And all I ask is, can you please tell Moon in private, so she can honor the faceless man in privacy?
Aye, I'll tell her on the ship.
Thank you.
So, stranger, this is Yuri, Moon, and I think Nellis is still in the bathroom, but this is the party. Oh, Damien and Valmoria, welcome back.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
You're not welcoming me, Vesper. I know how you feel.
So you are the lovely Valmoria.
I am?
Stranger will reach down for your hand as he picks it up to try to kiss the knuckles, as a type of maybe flirting a little bit.
I am flattered by you, stranger. Normally, I would rip the head of a man off for doing that, but you have some sort of aura around you that I like.
Well, it's good to know that a woman is strong and knows what she likes. And I am a man who faces danger head on. So if you want to rip my head off, then so be it. I just wish to kiss the elegant exotic skin one time.
As he puckers up and touches his lips to your hand.
Quite the man you are.
Whistle.
Quite the man you are. I am flattered, and I am honored. Also, you are quite the strong man yourself, a man of such stature who is fit to be a king. You are more than welcome any time to take my hand.
Nellis comes out of the bathroom kind of queasy after vomiting some more. Okay. This day's getting weirder and weirder. Now Valmora has a boyfriend. God, I don't know if I could take any more today.
Oh, Nellis?
Friend, stranger.
I would not say boyfriend, Nellis. Just merely a friend that I've just met. A nice, strong, handsome friend.
Okay.
He's all friend, stranger. He's a wonderful man.
Well, Vesper, shall we tell them what we need to do? Because the time is ticking.
Well, we need to get the fuck out of Dodge.
That's an
yes, we need to
understatement.
leave and go along the sword course. The sword coast, I'm sorry. And Nellis, we might be able to find someone there that we'd be able to get a huge lot from for this crown.
We need to get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Get out of Atheas. This is a beacon, and every time it is used, well, everyone who is looking for this, it lets out a
any
beacon.
magical prowess looking will find it and know its exact location.
Well,
We've already used it twice.
oh, shit.
Thanks a lot, Nellis.
Hey, I'm sorry, Val. I really thought it was just fancy jewelry. I didn't know it was some fucking beacon of powerful magic that was gonna... fuck.
I'm just pulling your tail, but next time, if you want to put on a fashion show, just let me know. I can help you with that. At a much, much lower cost.
All
Well,
right.
for the sake of protecting our house, we should really start getting on the move here.
I'll go get this
we're
ship
waiting on
warmed.
you.
Well, pack what you need, and well, let's get on the Galewind.
Moon, should I bring my my
As I grab my
apothecary set?
camping things.
Yes, I think that is a must. I am going to grab my statue.
You're going to grab your statue. Where are you going to put your statue?
She just said she was gonna
Whoa.
take a whole ass statue? What the fuck?
Oh, whoa! Oh, never mind, Moon. That thing creeps me out every time I see it. Okay.
I'm gonna just put it in my bag because when we go aboard the thing, I'm gonna set it down somewhere.
Damien, I'll just wait for you outside.
I'm just going to join you.
Oh, stranger, wait, stranger.
He's outside right now.
I'm bringing him a plate of food.
Yuri's still just going to be standing there watching the whole exchange go down with like a half-drink cup of coffee in his hand and just shake his head and
Stranger, eat up some good breakfast.
dumps
Yuri,
out
are
his
you?
coffee, starts heading towards the door to grab his coat and hat.
Some good breakfast.
Yuri, I was worried that you weren't coming. We can't fly a ship without the true captain.
You're not gonna leave me behind that easy, Val.
Be quiet, Nellis. I know you're the captain of the ship. You own it. But I'm saying Captain Yuri seems like a wonderful captain. I'm just saying.
Yes, and Captain Yuri also is the wonderful man who technically has the keys to this place. You should definitely lock up.
At that, I'm just going to kind of pull them out of my pocket and jingle them.
I'm just gonna walk by Damien and say, you know, Damien, I think this whole experience between you know what has kind of helped me to open up a little bit more. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad that the unfortunate event ended up turning into a good event.
But I don't want anyone to mistaken me for a pushover because I will still literally fuck them up.
No, of course, Valmoria. Believe me, what happened in that room won't go anywhere.
Thank you.
But we do
Yeah,
have to
it
come
just
up with
stays
some kind
between
of
you
backup because
and
I know
me
that
and Val.
Vespa will say that something precarious were coming around in that room.
True.
Lead the way, Nellis.
then-
Where'd you park this bitch?
If that comes to it, Damien, then I will sock him in the face.
Yuri,
Well, good. Glad I
as-
won't have to deal with him.
As you put the keys into the door of this house, I want you to describe what type of magical force may be on this house to prevent people from getting into it.
Well, would we even know that? Because the house is magical, like you said, but I'm not sure any of us has taken the time to like sit down and see them.
That's why I'm asking you to describe what you see the house do.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna take an as the door shuts and the bolt engages. There's just kind of an audible hum that kind of goes with, or that you kind of feel pulse throughout the air just in the immediate area, and then it just feels like static emanating from the door and the rest of the walls. If you pay attention very closely, you'll see a light shimmer go all the way around the house, with runes going all the way around it. And then just like that, it goes back to being blank, like there's nothing there. And then you just hear boop boop.
Like the chirp of a car alarm. I like it.
Yes.
As you make your way through town, from the house, we turn some tokens on for you all.
Gonna do a little dance for him.
Is there anything anyone would like to do before you board the ship?
Yes.
The heck?
As I'm going to say, everybody, I'll meet you at the ship. I'm going to just inform Gideon we are no longer in town.
Does anyone go with Damien?
No.
I will.
I would like to see if there's any shops that has any cartography items like paper, pen, or a feather with ink type deal.
Nellis would have a plethora of that stuff on the ship since he's already part of the Cartographers Guild. Inks
But I
and
don't want
quills and papers and ledgers, rulers and compasses. You can share
I'm
his.
Okay, cool. Then no, I mean I pretty much want to do we have what's our stock of like fruit?
There are rations on the ship. I would not say that it is an overabundance of rations, but there's more than enough for this first trip for sure.
Are they fruit though? Is there fruit?
Yeah, fruit, vegetables, hardtack, ale, rum,
cool.
you know, all the amenities
Nice.
of a true ship, you know?
All right, cool. I have nothing. I'm gonna head to the ship.
Okay. Let
in
us
my
pull
eagle
up.
form.
Oh, not even waiting for the group, huh?
No, because I want to. Can I do a perception check to see like what's going on in the city? If there's anything special.
Yeah, why not? On this day, Valmorna, as you shape into your giant eagle and you take off into the sky, it's less perception and more of the feeling of freedom as you fly in your eagle form above the city. You can feel the hustle and bustle of town, and you feel a connection to this place, not unlike your homeland now. It's a little bittersweet, the idea of leaving Aether's Landing, as in the last week or two, you've just been through so much. And now here you are rushing off to the skies because you may have this huge beacon of magic around you. I want you to describe to the party, in that moment, what your character is feeling. How leaving Aether's affects you.
I am. Valmoria is overtaken by multiple emotions. Seeing the townspeople and observing what is now about to be a memory for the time being. Observing the people that are walking up and down the street, seeing how they are interacting, how some of them are frenzied, some of them are having just a daily stroll. She begins to get a little sad, but then also excited to be moving to another part of the world, getting to see some new faces and some new adventures. And then she begins to smile, heart overjoyed and happy, remembering the times from back home.
Very well. Damien, as you walk into Sky Bounty Tavern with Moon in tow. So let me pull those tokens here. There you go. As you walk into Sky Bounty, you see Gideon. He's talking with the patrons. He's joking and having a good time. The tavern almost feels like it did that first day of the festival when you walked in. And you've seen the seats filled and the piano is playing. Ariana's there she's just it feels good in the tavern again.
Oi, Gideon.
Hi, Damien. And Miss Moon. How are you this fine day?
You're doing all right. How are you, good sir?
I couldn't be better. We opened the tavern up today, and look, everybody come out to the woodworks.
Ah, yes, because you're an important person, Gideon. Which is also why I wanted to tell you our little ragtag bunch will no longer be in town for the foreseeable future. But
Aye.
we will return. Just some things we need to handle along the coast.
I know the need to venture out from the home nest from time to time. Before you go, hang on here. Gideon's gonna grab a bag, and in the bag he's just gonna start scooping things, food, vegetables, books of cookbooks, just all sorts of knickknacks and thingamajigs and all sorts of stuff. And here, you'll need something for the road. As he plops this big bag of rations down.
Oh, Gideon, thank you, but I can't take this for free. Here.
Nine.
He reaches into his pocket, and the little a little empty mug on the table. He kind of just dumps 20 gold into the little thing.
All right. Well then, I want you boys.
You heard the news there, Gideon.
Aye, Vesper. Cousin was just telling me about it. I want you all to be safe out there. And when you get back to town, this better be the first place you show up. I want to hear all the new stories.
Oh, you know we will.
I'm to grab a nice trophy for you.
Absolutely.
We'll be
Your
on the lookout.
salamander has been the talk of the tavern since we opened back up.
Aye. Good. Good, my friend.
All right.
Well, I will
Damien-
bid you adieu.
Gideon will reach out across the table with both hands as he puts the back of his rather large human hands on all of your arms that are leaning up against the bar. And he just kind of pats it. This isn't goodbye. It's just until we see each other again.
Aye.
All right.
Future.
That was beautiful. One last drink for the road.
Fine. Here. They'll pour you one. There you go, Vesper. How about you, Miss Moon?
Throw it back so fast.
Maybe a little bit of bean juice.
I can do that.
And I will also take a beer.
As he pops the bottle, and he pours a little bit of coffee into a mug for you, Moon.
Why, thank you, Gideon.
You tell the rest of them.
I'm gonna miss this place.
Aye.
By the time you get back here, it'll be old news, Vesper.
Protect yourself now.
I will.
Aye.
I will.
May business be good, my friend.
Hey, you make sure that fucking cat gets back alive. He still owes me a lot of money.
Gideon.
Aye.
Moon?
Good luck in your new adventures.
Hey, you keep an eye on those two. I know they like to play tough, but I know when I've seen somebody who's capable of handling the situation. I've worked with many halflings before, and all of them pull more than their weight. Keep an eye on them for me, would ya?
Thank you.
Good luck out there.
All right.
Nellis and Valmora would already be at the ship now. Nellis just took off straight from the house. Valmora flew over there in her eagle form. Yuri, where would you have gone while they were going to the tavern?
Let's see. I don't. All right. I can't really think of anything that Yuri would need. Does he, or, because I'm not sure he would know where to go to have someone check on that potion that he found.
Yeah.
Or does he already know what it does?
It would need some high-level investigation, alchemical investigation for sure.
All right. Yeah, that being said, he's probably just going to start heading towards the ship.
All right.
Just kind of slowly strolling that way, taking in Eighth Year's Landing. You know, just kind of looking around, thinking about how things have went since he first talked to the guy on the docks there.
Quite the extent you've come from being washed up on the docks to being imprisoned to just everything. Been through quite a ordeal.
Yeah, whenever he gets outside the gates, he's just gonna kind of turn and look back down, and after getting a nice long gaze, he's just gonna grab his hat and reseat it and just turn and start walking.
The hat,
with a purpose towards
with a
the
hat
ship.
with a giant yellow feather that he got for carrying a box.
Yup.
All right.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Is the green circle over there?
That was from
Anything?
the attack.
That was that was from the attack. That is
That's where we tortured that guy.
let's see here. Token control, tile control. There we go. I can get rid of that now. Thank you. On the gale wind. Let's see here. I think most of you would probably be on the main deck at first, so we'll drop you up here. Nellis and Valmora would probably be working and making some preparations as the rest of you climb up the rope ladder or whatever docking mechanism for the ship. Ah, I see you made it. Well, Mikasa Su ship. Make yourselves at home.
Where's Stranger?
I think he went down
below deck.
Wait, that was the wrong voice. Sorry.
I am going to I want to go into the room that I'll be staying in and put my statue in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down to the hall.
Valmoria is just gonna fly up to the this thing right here. Hold on. The perch. The big mast.
The crow's nest.
Yeah. It's just gonna stay there in wild shape form and just sit there. Perched up.
Yuri's gonna do like a once around the deck and then come and stand up by Nellis and just, this is a fine ship you have here, Captain.
Thank you. I try hard, you know. We put a lot of work into it, a lot of money, and now she's got to perform, you know. I didn't mention this. I didn't mention this earlier with everybody else, but do you have any idea where the hell we're going?
Stranger does.
That's true.
Yeah, actually, with that, Yuri's just gonna kind of point out towards the coastline and just say, "Out there." Just kind of like an open-handed sweeping gesture.
All right, well, everybody grab a station. Let's see if she flies.
Go back up top.
As do I.
Okay. Anybody who's going back up top. Sorry, the only way that you can get from top to bottom is for me to pull your token.
Yeah,
I don't have any
just
legitimate.
realized that.
I don't have any legitimate way of you actually traversing the different floors other than me pulling your token to places. So, all right.
Nellis, where do I need to be?
Well, I gotta need somebody down in engineering.
Well, I guess that's where I'm gonna go.
All right. Damien, as you make your way down to engineering and you show up in the belly of the ship, this is the first time you've seen this absolute powerhouse in this ship as it hums with electrical and magical energies. Just
This thing is bonkers.
you
Where would
hear
you like me, Mr. Nellis?
you hear a horn as Nellis can talk to you through below the decks. Hey, do you hear me?
I do.
There's a panel on the main turbine. All I need you to do is watch the gauges as we go into this. And make sure it doesn't get in the red. Because if it does, we're pushing too much power. Okay?
Hi.
Hi. Moon, if you can maintain some of the rigging. Make sure the balloon doesn't get away from us. And
Okay.
Vesper and Yuri, I need you to watch the turbines for this first flight. Make sure that
I want to sit on the sand.
there'll be plenty of time. This is the first time we're going hard with her since she had an emergency landing.
Yeah, Yuri's gonna just walk over to that side and just kind of lean across the railing and grab a bit of rope that's just kind of dangling there, but tied to the railing to kind of just wrap around as a handhold.
Not really knowing what to do. I'm just white knuckling a piece of rope, like.
All right, here we go. As Nellis pulls the throttle on the airship and releases the air brake, the turbines begin to spin up. Damien, down in the engine room, you feel the pulsing and humming and thumping as this engine begins to kick in and starts to push the power through. You could feel magic surge and the electric course through everything, and you could see the hot air begin to rise through the ductwork of the ship to inflate the dirigible on top deck. As the balloon begins to...
He's just twitching. He's going, am I going to die down here?
As the balloon fills up to capacity, you could feel the ship begin to loft into the air, and the turbines kick on and they start to turn forward, and it starts to push the ship forward and everything. The ship is strong and secure. You guys have done a fantastic job with repairing it and preparing for this moment where you take to the sky. And as the ship passes over Aether's Landing and the farmlands, you just see this looming monstrosity of the Dreadnought. A reminder of what's going on here in the landing. I'm going to start with you, Moon. How does it make you feel leaving Aether's Landing for the first time since you've arrived here on this adventure?
Exciting. Moon has always been a traveler and excited to explore new lands that she's never seen before. This is another adventure.
Valmora, perched in your bird form, I want you to tell me what your thoughts on the Dreadnought are.
It's such a beautiful ship, captivating. Just excited about what's to come on the Dreadnought, but kind of weary about whether the Dreadnought will be able to hold up. the sails and the harsh weather conditions that could arise, being that it's his first time being back off the ground.
Oh no, not the gale wind. I'm talking about the King's yacht,
Oh.
the dreadnought looming overhead. You see this thing as we're leaving, and I want you to describe what your character would feel about seeing this thing still looming over Aethier's Landing.
Terror. My Valmoria feels, I guess, I would quite sure say terror, knowing how much firepower that thing really has and having flashbacks to when we've seen what it did the first time. She has her reserves about it, but she's no fan of it at all.
Yuri, watching the blade spin and twist, it gives you a sense of peace. But this is also the first time that you've been on a ship where you were wanted in a long time. What kind of emotions are wrapping around Captain Yuri right now as he leaves on yet another adventure as a part of a crew?
So with this, with him finally being with a crew that he cares for, and like you were saying, it's not something he's had in a long time. You know, yeah, he may be wanted out on the seas still, but he is, or Yuri is super excited about this, finally getting back out on a new adventure with Nellis, who he considers to be one of his best friends now. And I mean, just everyone else, it's exciting for him. He's you know, he knows he would do anything for this crew, and the same applies for him to everyone else. So, you know, he's just ready to go.
Vesper, for the longest of times, you have dreamed of finding the information and avenging your homeland, destroyed by Duskholm. You've had an opportunity, and you completely destroyed this entire encampment of Duskholm refugees, mixed in with Archibald loyalists. You got the blood on your hands now. Does Vesper have any regrets leaving Aethier's Landing without having the full picture of this Duskholm incident?
Yeah. I wish that we finished what we started, and I wish we could have went back for Abby, but there's no saying what's going to happen when we get back.
Would Vesper be sort of paying attention to his position while still kind of thumbing around that third eye amulet?
I'd be like fiddling with it in my hands and like half paying attention, half not really paying attention. More so worried about what's going on with Abby, and you know, if there's anything that we missed that could have either prevented it or you know, anything that we missed, any survivors that we could have finished off, knowing that they were right there and now we're leaving whilst some still could be at large.
Gotcha. Damien, from the belly of the ship, surrounded by all this technology and magic and electricity, just, are you excited? Are you nervous? Anxious? I want you to run me through the gambits of what Damien is going through right now, not only just by looking at this massive machinery in the ship, but also just everything that was going on in these prior time in Aethier's Landing.
Well, Damien is filled with mixed emotions. Excitement of finally leaving Aethier's, but the disappointment of not knowing what will unfold, and the anxiousness of feeling that without him there, things will go wrong for the Aether's people. And everything else that has happened in Aether's, he's just filled with regret. After killing a guard, where he didn't mean to kill the guard, killed Carter, you know, just to save the eyepiece, or the placement of everything.
Yeah. Does he have any regrets about what happened at the refugee camp? Or is he 100% sure in his actions there?
Oh, Damien's 100% sure of his actions there. All that was going through Damien's head in those moments was Vesper. But
so
in this of looking at the gauges and feeling all these mixed emotions, Carter, you better be excited. You're finally getting to go on your first adventure.
Oh, you have no idea. I am so ready. This is great. Look at all this stuff. I ain't never been on a boat before. This is crazy. Is this boat in the air? I don't hear the water. Is there water? I don't know. I don't know. Like, this is great.
But we have a long trip, Carter. I will explain all your questions along the way.
Well, maybe I can answer some questions too. I am omnipotent. I don't know what I do know. I don't know what I know. Maybe I don't know. Ask me something. Ask me anything. Maybe I know it.
Where's Abigail?
Let me think. Well, I don't know. She's probably in the castle. She's a princess after all, right?
Aye. Yes. I would assume she's still in the castle.
Yeah, let's do that. She's in the castle. I'm sure of it. And that Archibald guy, he's probably doing some bad things like torture and shit because she's actually a cat burglar and like all that other stuff, you know? She was trying to like, whoop, you a bad dude. And she's like, nah, you a bad dude. And he's like, I'm gonna torture you. And she's gonna be like, no, don't torture me. And he's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna torture you. Zap, fireball.
Yes, Carter.
Oh,
All
I'm
those
sorry.
things.
Yeah, I'm rambling. All right,
poof, as Carter just disappears into the ethereal around you.
Okay. Well, goodbye, Atheist. To what may come.
As the airship takes up into the sky, and Aether's landing becomes smaller and smaller and smaller behind you all. You're now up in the clouds of the sky, and the wind is whipping through the ship. The ship is doing well. Not a creak or a moan or a groan. The engines are strong. It's about a day's trip down Sword Coast to where the stranger says is where your cohorts might be found. I want to take this moment to ask you all, the players, do you want to keep this going today, or because this would be a good spot to stop? Is there anything you want to role play on the ship in this day's travel to the spot?
No. I mean, literally the only thing is just answering Carter's questions for myself, just to try and ease Damien's mind. Bring him a little, sympathy.
Anybody else have anything on the ship that they want to role play in the trip to the area?
No, not really. I'm just gonna be looking out into watching the whole ship do its thing, because it's, we've been traveling by ground since we left the kingdom, so this is kind of my first time anyway, on an
Moon
airship
is
of this
just
kind.
ready to go.
Moon's just ready to go.
Yeah, and I'm still chilling on my perch.
I'm just itching to get back and take care of what we left.
Then that's
Then
I think this would be a good place to stop for today.
Yep.
We've gotten all of the emotions and all of the craziness that was Eighth Year's Landing, and now we're on the ship for the first time, sailing down the Sword Coast to really an unknown location. We know there's going to be people there that the Spy Master knows, and the possibility of large sums of money if we sell this crown to them. I feel like that's a story for another day. You know?
Ranger,
Yeah.
do you want the spa?
You want a sword fight with me, Vesper?
Swords only, no magic.
All right. I'm game. If you're game.
First strike loses or wins?
How about we go half health?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Anybody else want to wager on this little match?
I got 50 on the big guy, Vespa. I'm sorry.
You don't even have 50. You still owe me 70 plus.
You can just put it on the tab. That's what I do with everyone else. You in on this action, Yuri?
I have 20 on the stranger.
Hey, Damien. All right, Damien. Get up out of the belly. Vesper's gonna fight the stranger guy.
Oh, really? My money is on stranger.
Damien, as you make your way to the main deck and come out here.
All right, Vesper. You wanted it.
Well, may I be the referee?
You go right ahead.
Hi.
What's the, who you betting on, cousin?
Well, I'm not betting on the one
Get that out of the way.
I'm not betting on the one that got us into the Slaughterfest yesterday.
You're the one who almost bit the bullets.
That's why I'm not fighting.
Now I warn you. You asked for this, all right? I'm not gonna take it easy on you.
Did
I
you?
never said I would take it easy on you.
Whoo!
All right. Rules are swords only.
Aye.
First to have health loses.
All right.
Do not fight dirty.
No, I would never would.
Well, begin.
We need some music to pump us up for this duel. Let's go.
Play.
Vesper. Stranger. Gonna try to attack you with this long sword. You have an armor class of 17.
Yes, I do.
All right. 16 misses.
Barry! Nah, nice try there, stranger. Nice try.
I see. You're quicker than I thought.
Well, you were on the other side of the encampment.
I know.
Oh, you have 2 attacks too?
I do have 2 attacks.
Okay.
14 misses.
Barry? Don't go easy on me now.
Let's see what you got, Vespa.
17.
17 hits.
8 slashing.
A stranger takes 8 slashing damage.
Not bad, Vespa. Not bad at
First
all.
clean hit. Vespa.
22.
That'll hit. I like how it's just Pete's sister's sword.
9 piercing.
Very good. But it's my turn again.
Miss.
Let's see here. Second attack. 21. Here comes the damage. 8 slashing.
So I use temporary health. I'm gonna do 50. Yeah, that's more like it.
Indeed.
Planting my right foot off the hit, I lunge forward with the celestial blade.
Oh!
Yeah, critical damage. 24.
24. Do you want to put a brute on that?
I do not want to kill the stranger, so I'm gonna
24 slashing on a critical hit.
Shit. Gah. She is a strong sword indeed.
and then I'll come back with another slash. That would be a 15.
That
Will miss.
Can I throw do I have a 4 to throw in there?
Yes, you do.
I'll throw a 4 on top of that. 18.
That will hit.
And hopefully to finish
5 piercing. That is not quite half of Stranger's health.
Close enough.
I yield, Vespa. You are a strong fighter. No sense in wearing ourselves completely out.
Hold on a second, someone's at my door.
Well, Vespa is the winner.
Hey up, bitches.
Well, I guess you must have
I do the
missed
forearm
when I
handshake
said
with stranger.
I
Absolutely.
bet on stranger, but I didn't bet
Always a
any.
pleasure, stranger. Anytime you want to spar, we always get stronger after.
Oh, shit. Now you owe Vespa more money.
Nellis, you should have just said you were going to bet on him, not any money.
Yeah. Nellis is actually going to reach into his coat pocket and he takes out 5 gold as he throws them across the deck towards Vesper.
Make a acrobatics or performance to catch it.
Performance. And with a 15, just ting, 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 as the 5 gold land perfectly in the palm of your hand. Don't say I never paid any of my tabs before.
I'm pretty sure you said 50 gold, but something's better than nothing.
I said 5. I said 5. Yuri backed me up on this one. I said 5, right?
He went to.
I don't know, Nellis.
Yeah.
Did you say 5? My hearing is not as good as it used to be all the time around the cannons.
Nellis is gonna like shove his elbow into you as he like tries to hand you a bit of gold too.
Yuri's gonna look down at it and kind of like cup his hand out to accept it.
I'll pretend I didn't just see that. So you're right in front of me.
Oh, Damien, he said, or Vesper, he said 20, not 5. I'm just gonna start
right.
walking off.
That's right. 20. You're right. That's right. So that'll bring your total to 115 gold.
I'll remember that, Yuri.
He's just gonna wave as he's walking off towards the front of the ship.
That was fun.
Took my damn money and then ratted me out. Fuck.
And speaking of rats, I'm going to talk to one.
What?
Damien, where would you like to go on the ship? And not to my knowledge.
Just into my quarters. Just over here.
Okay. Let me, yoink. There you go. Drop you on the second deck.
Hey, Valmora. Did Carter join us on our journey?
Oh.
You're muted, Joe.
Is he here right now?
I have no idea.
He might not be.
Are you looking for me?
Yes. I haven't seen Carter since we got onto the ship.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Did
Hello.
he come with you?
I'm going to come back off the front of the ship and go right to Moon. I'm going to shapeshift back into myself. So Moon, I had a talk with Damien earlier, and he expressed to me how something about Carter getting a hold of the crown and turning into a celestial being. And so, in order for him to retain the good relationship with Stranger, he had to kill Carter. So it was quite painful for me, but he did also say that Carter was happy to be in this state. So I knew that you would appreciate it more, because you know your God is into those kind of things. So I think your God came to
Carter
visit
met
him.
the god of death himself, and you say that he's happy? You're still able to speak with him?
Not quite. Damien said that once he killed him, because he was in that state from the crown, the celestial being state, he went on to become like a celestial being kind of thing. So only Damien can speak to him, since I guess Damien killed him. But hopefully one day we'll be able to transfer that essence to me. Hopefully. Do you know anything about that?
The book might know.
That is a good idea. Can we take a look at it?
Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. That's the second time I've been able to use that today.
Moon, would that go against your religion?
I don't see how it would.
Do you
Everyone understands that there is a life after death. It is just not in our mortal bodies. And Carter has transcended to the next stage of his life, and that is an incredible and a great example of why our religion exists. Why the god of death is the one true god. He does as he says he would. We transcend.
You know, Moon, it makes a lot of sense. And honestly, do you mind if I share a few things with you?
I would love to.
So, the reason why that I guess you and I kind of I guess the reason why I feel comfortable around you, well, one, this whole death thing with Carter has opened up a lot. I had been like kind of shut off for a while, but now I feel more comfortable with certain things, and I feel like this group has given me a sense of peace. But the reason why I hang around you so much is because not only are you a female, but in your own kind of way, you show a lot of strength. And for so long, I've always been taught in the pact that I was the weakest, and I never got recognized. But then you guys have taught me that not only am I okay to be vulnerable, but I don't have to actually look strong all the time because I am strong. You help me.
Very strong. I am so glad I'm able to be here for you.
You guys help me to see who I am for what I am, no matter the things that I've been through. So I'm thankful to you guys.
Moon is going to do like a jump hug so that I can reach your waist.
And in that moment, Valmoria, for the first time in 20 years, has been able to give someone a hug back. And in this moment, she starts to shed a tear and cry as she's overjoyed at the fact that she's found someone who is understanding of who she is, not having to cover up the layers, but actually peel them back like an onion. And she's so overjoyed in this moment. It's Moon. I don't know what to say. This is the first time that I've been able to feel this thing called love in so long. My pack, they always used to pretty much put me down. And when I couldn't get it right, I couldn't shapeshift, I got dragged to the ground. And they put me through what it felt like living hell. But again, now with this new found family, I could say I I couldn't thank you guys enough. It's just you guys are everything that I've ever wanted in friends. And I was so hard in the beginning because I felt like I had to cover everything up.
Well, I'm glad you feel more comfortable. We will always be here for you. We're like a family.
Shall we take a look in the book?
Yes, we shall. I'm gonna pull it out. And then we make an investigation check.
Yep, make an investigation.
Can we do it as an advantage since we
Yep, since you're both looking at it, I would say this is advantage roll from both of you as you are sharing this powerful magics. Valmora, more so than Moon, because you have an emotional connection with Carter, as this book for the second time today opens up its pages. You see the runics from the page begin to flutter about as words are generated on the page. Let me see here. What's this one sound like?
No, that's not it. That's not it at all.
Let's do this. Yeah.
Like that. Perfect.
Your mind begins to fill with the words off of this page.
celestial beings are known to cast great patrons into the world. Patrons that can be bartered with. They can grant great boons to people, and magics and sorcery alike. The warlocks of our world make these agreements. Obsessed with their patrons, celestial beings can bind themselves with mortals, granting them their powers.
With that, the runes fade again, and the book closes in Moon's hands.
Moon, did you hear that? It sounds like if... I have to take the voice changer off for this.
Your voice changer hasn't worked at all this whole episode.
Moon, it sounds as if...
Carter's gonna be so happy.
And Carter is coming back. I thought I would never hear from him again. And I was holding on to the hope that Damien would be able to pass on my messages. But knowing that I can get this patron with the warlock, from the warlock, makes me so happy. I'm so sorry, Moon. It's just all these emotions, I've never been able to feel them in so long, but now I'm feeling them.
There is no reason to apologize. You haven't shed your emotions enough to make it feel good. Do everything that you need to do.
Thank you. I think now I think I need to just go back and be alone for a moment. So happy.
Do you as you need to. We've got this all handled.
I'm gonna shapeshift back into my bird form and go back to the front of the ship.
Yuri, you were standing closest to that conversation. Would you have been eavesdropping on that? Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay. He might not be here right now.
Might not be. So I guess he wasn't eavesdropping.
He wasn't dropping no eaves, I swear.
Joe, you made me cry.
Yeah, I was tearing up, my dude. Dude, that was.
With this music too.
Yeah, the music and that role play. That's top tier. So
I'll explain that after.
If it's not clear, Joe, there is a path forward for you to be reunited with Carter. Carter is a celestial being, and as such, if he becomes a full patron, he could present you with a boon, and you could accept him, and you could become multi-classed as a warlock and receive his patron. You would become a warlock druid multi-class if you chose to be.
Let's find out on the next episode of Edge of the Man.
You know what? I like that. That was real emotional there at the end. Before we end the episode, I'm gonna take a moment to talk about Nellis, because so often, I want to know your all's feelings and what your character's feelings are and everything. And maybe I don't describe Nellis well enough either. But as this tabaxi is steering the ship through the clouds, the wind running through his fur on his face, the flap on his backpack just fluttering in the wind. You can see the freedom that comes from this ship. This ship, it's a part of Nellis. Like a prosthetic leg or something like that. A patron for a warlock. It is that important to Nellis. This ship represents that freedom that the sky has for him. And for the first time since you've all really gotten to see Nellis, he's truthfully and he's just happy. There's a lot of anxiety maybe that he's thinking about from the day, but he is just beyond himself to be back in the ship and back in the air, going anywhere and everywhere. This is what Nellis loves to do. In the 8 prior lives of Nellis, all he's ever known is the sky, constantly searching. And for him to finally be back there, it's like being home for him. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode. I think there's a lot more role play that we can cover in the next episode, but I think we've hit a lot of it today. So, thank you to every one of my players sitting at this table today. Slow-Mo, Joe Cool, Mr. and Mrs. Non-Clutch, and Terry, you all have been absolutely amazing. Every Sunday when we sit down and we do these shows, this story just goes in ways that even as a DM, I couldn't even fathom. My notes today for this episode were simply to get you on the ship and get you out of Aether's Landing. This crown and everything that happened with Carter today and just all of this, it was truly rolls of the dice. It was the role play that you guys bring to this table every day, and it unfolds this amazing story. So as your DM, I just want to say thank you for diving into this and creating these characters in this world. Because I may, control the world or do this or that or the other, but you guys truly live in this world, And it's amazing. I was literally almost in tears listening to Valmora talk just now. The music, the atmosphere, and all of the emotion that she was feeling was it's real. This story is real and it's alive. And thank you for letting me be a part of your story too.
Well, I think I could speak for literally everybody here. Thank you for being the storyteller, my friend.
Seriously, it's not possible without Jolly.
All right. With that being said, everybody out there in Chatland, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out for episode 10 of Edge of the Map Homebrew Campaign. We'll see you guys next Sunday. 1 Central, 2 o'clock Eastern. And we'll see you guys then.
Have a great time.
Have a great time.